That's right. It's in the basement. This is the Basement Tape Show with Nick Thomas and Bootsy Handbone. And we are bringing you guys some of the greatest indie music that the whole world has to offer. Because you know what? Everybody is local to somewhere. And that's what we specialize in. Independent music and independent bands out there that just want to get their sound on the radio somewhere. We've got all kinds of special guests and all kinds of cool stuff lined up for you guys tonight. This is show number 208. And, man, we can't wait to get you into this music. We do want to remind everybody that our show is brought to you by Merle's Music right down here in Rolla, Missouri, the coolest little music store in the world.
Merle.
Bootsy, how you doing tonight?
I'm good.
All right. And we do have special guests in the basement tonight, James and Erin from Madora. They are kicking off their CD release party, and we're going to get into that here in a little while.
Party! We love parties!
We can't wait, either. And but right now, Bootsy's going to tell you about the first 3 songs that we're going to line up for you guys tonight.
I got into a triple shot mood this afternoon, and I'm going to start out with an honoring triple shot of Moon Jr. songs. For those of you who have followed Moon. For those of you who have followed Moon Jr., I certainly hope you had the opportunity to go to the Merrimack Winery last night because that was their farewell show.
Man, and I tell you what, those guys, they got some good music, too. It'll be played on the Basement Tape Show for many years to come.
Oh, I'm sure. So I decided to kick off my little triple shot with some Moon Jr. tunes, and I'm going to go kind of back into the vault for those, because I'm going to go back to the 2012 Battle of the Bands. And I'm going to play Purple Mississippi, which is one of Nick's personal favorites.
That song.
They don't play that song anymore.
No, I wish they did.
But I'm going to play that.
I don't think they're going to play any songs anymore.
And I'm going to play Jump in the Water, which I believe on their latest CD is called Pants in the Water. Why they changed it, I don't know, but they're Moon Jr., so you don't ask about that. And another little honorarium we're going to do here is the third Moon Jr. song is John Ammerman doing You've Got a Friend. John is fixing to head out on the road, I believe tomorrow, with Andrew Stratman.
Yep.
And they're headed to Nashville, and John's going to go drum his little heart out and see what he can get going.
He's going to become famous just like Andrew. You watch.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. You just watch these guys. They will do it. All right, so this is a start out. This is the Basement Tapes. Sit back, relax. This is Moon Jr.
This is Jason.
And this is BC. And we're from Don't Mind Dying.
And you're listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy.
92.9 FM.
I'm gonna play another one.
On the ground, got it moving, and I'm feeling alright, 'cause moving with you, I can move it all night, so damn, don't let anything hold you, free your mind, don't let anything control you, no worries, okay, because that's a whole you, I tell you again, but I already told you it's hot, but it's only getting hot just to take off your clothes, yeah, it's hot, but it's only getting hot just to take off your clothes, and jump in the water. Like she out of a poster, make her heart feel like it's on a roller coaster. Right inside the sign, shoot out the proposal. That's pretty out to a scooch a little closer. We dance, nice in her head. She just making me feel like I'm the man. 'Cause we moving and we grooving, get it sticky, get it sweaty, get it sweaty, get it hot, I get it high with me. 'Cause it's hot, but it's only getting hot just to take off your clothes. Yeah, it's hot, but it's only getting hot just to take off your clothes and jump in the water.
Hunt of the Rock and Roll Cowboys, alive and well, thanks to Central Missouri's best radio show, The Basement Tapes, at KKID 92.9 FM, Rolla and Salem, Missouri.
The singer has to go pee, so I'm going to sing a song that learned when I was 8.
You're really good. Tell the way it was running. He called us.
Just remember what your old pal said, boy, you got free baby. Some folks not really, it's my life. every time. You gonna see us on destiny. Got a friend in me. Boy, you got a friend in me. Boy, stop and listen to me. You got a friend in me.
This is John and Augie and Lucas, and we're Moon Jr. with K-Kid Basement Tapes, along with Nick Thomas and Bootsy Handbone.
Thank you, John. That was Moon Jr. right there. Purple Mississippi, Jump in the Water, and John Hammerman specialized on You Got a Friend from
John
Toy
Ammerman's
Story.
impression of Randy Newman.
I like it. Good stuff right here in the basement. Hey, this next set is no exception. We have got some stuff lined up for you. This is a little bit on the punk rock side more. We kind of like that too around here. Bootsy has found some new stuff by some bands, and the first one is Yowl from out of Springfield, Missouri, doing a tune called I Got Friends. After that, one of our favorite punk rock bands, four Skeevy Dudes from out of St. Louis, doing a tune called For the Last Time. And we'll wrap that up with Molotov Latte.
Molotov.
I know.
I know. You just
I screw
have
that
a-
up every time. And of course, they're out of Springfield, Missouri, too, doing a little tune called Down But Not Out. So,
Can I
Bootsy,
say
got something to
before-
check?
Okay, I wanted to thank my friend Gus Kodros, who also happens to be a pretty decent drummer.
Absolutely.
And he is the one who introduced me to the Yowl out of Springfield. And I also want to let everybody know that Molotov Latte is no longer going to be playing together as a band. However, Ed and Amber are going to be playing together in a band called With a T. So they are going to continue on with the music thing. But I wanted to play a Molotov Latte. They were great when they came out Saturday Night Live at C&M. Thank you so much for coming out. And here I'm doing honorariums and all that kind of stuff tonight. So thanks to Molotov Latte.
So check this one out. This is Yowl from out of Springfield, Missouri, doing I Got Friends.
Friend Jack, he likes coke. And Uncle Smith and Mr. Weston, they like to smoke. Yeah, my Chevrolet drove me to LA. And Howard Johnson gave me a place to stay. Have another round, 'cause this one's on me. And when you're feeling down, you walk and sing. I got friends all over the world. I got friends all over the world.
You're listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy, and they'll be right back.
For the last time, watching those eyes close. For the last time, I'm remembering my way. You catch me crawling out to despair. My answers are so useless when alone as ones appear. Interruptions, swaying intentions, still drowning in mistakes of yesterday. Wrap around my soul, remind me that I've got no place left to go. And my answers are for show, just for show. For the last time, watching those eyes close. For the last time, I'm remembering my way back home. Watching those eyes close. For the last time, I'm remembering my way.
Hi, we are the Mini-Colored Death, and you're listening to The Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy on the radio. We want to welcome us to Zero Basement. Hope you enjoy the show. Now goes the bar, do what we can, playing the songs we know. Some we tired, got family trust, so Johnny come on weekend. Where I work, then reaching over a bed, a backhand, right by the one down the hood. You can understand what you can.
All right, that was. How do you say that, Bootsy?
Molotov Latte.
I'll never be able to say
I
that.
know you won't.
Doing a little tune for you called Down But Not Out. Before that, for Skeevy Dudes doing For the Last Time, and we started out with Yowl from out of Springfield, Missouri doing I Got Friends. I liked all those. Especially, I liked that Yowl. That was really good.
Oh, well, my friend Gus said he saw them live, and they did a great live show. And he said, you've got to hear this band. You've got to hear this band. And he sent me some of their stuff, and I checked into it some more and decided, hey, we gotta get some of this stuff on the
I gotta
air.
tell you the truth though, I enjoy punk bands live all
Punk
the
bands live
They
are so
put on a
fun.
show, believe me. They are all over the stage, probably, jumping off the Marshalls and everything else.
Now, I have to tell you, as far as all over the stage, I don't know that I've seen anybody that can get all over the stage and be in constant motion like Bryce of the Invisible World.
No, he's pretty good at it
He
too.
is just nonstop. But I did want to mention, too, that 4 Skeevy Dudes have been at Saturday Night Live at C&M, and they're coming back. They'll be back on November the 7th, and we're going to have somebody new who we're going to play later in the show, the Maness Brothers out of St. Louis. So mark your calendar for November 7th for the 4 Skeevy Dudes and the Maness Brothers at Saturday Night Live at C&M.
All right. But right now in the basement, we have got Madora. We've got James and Erin here with us tonight. How you guys doing tonight?
Just fine. How are you?
Pretty good.
All right. Good to see you guys again. It's been a little while since we've had you on the show, James.
Too long.
It is, yeah. But you've been writing away with your music and stuff, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we're down to a 2-piece now, but we've just been writing a lot of music. We've got a newfound energy, and we just played this past Friday in Jeff City at the Mission, and
It was fun.
three quarters of our set was all new music, so we're chugging along and everything's going good. Got a great reaction. So
how was the Mission? We haven't been there. Actually,
you
Bootsy and I
guys
haven't
need
been
to
there yet.
Get out there, yeah. The proprietor, Ginny Babcock, has been great to us, and they have all different kinds of bands come out and play, and you guys need to get out there and play. We could do a split gig.
Hey, that would be fun.
It's very homey. It's a homey feeling kind of place.
Bootsy and I are kind of doing the 2-gig thing sometimes too,
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, anytime.
All right. Well, let's get into some music for our listeners. Now, this first song, you guys are going to do a couple of acoustic tunes for us right now. And the first one's called Joke's on You. Tell us a little bit about it. Is this a brand new one?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell us about it.
It's oh gosh, yeah. You always do this to me.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He expects deep meaning.
Deep meaning
in every song that everybody.
Well, you don't
writes.
want to tell everybody exactly what you think it means, because to everybody it might mean something totally
and that's,
different.
That's the great thing about music is
Yeah.
people can interpret it for what they want, but it's just kind of about.
It's the first one we wrote together. It was 2 pieces.
It was, yeah. Just people holding you back, and people just taking credit where credit's not due, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, just, I don't know. It's just me mentally putting certain people in their place in my life.
Well, let's just play the song and see how it turns out. How's that?
All right, sounds good.
All right. Hey, sit back around. This is Madora. This is James and Erin, and they're kicking it off with a brand new song called Joke's on You. Check this out.
We're overanalyzed before the time goes by with you. It's all but over, and we could compromise and try to shed some light on you. Now won't you like that? And do you realize when you pass it by, you're never changing, never changing? And do you realize
realize when they're passing by, you're never changing, never changing. You hear the infants cry, the kind of likes resemble you, but don't admit it, to lead it from the fold and take credit like it was you. How effing funny, till you realize when you pass it by, you're never changing, never changing. Until you realize when they're passing by, you're never changing, never changing. Until you realize when they pass it by, you're never changing, never changing. Changing, never changing. Until you realize when they pass it by, you're never changing, never changing. Until you realize when they pass it by, you're never changing, never changing. Never changing, never changing.
All right. Awesome.
Thank you.
Madora, right here in the basement with Nick and Bootsy. And Bootsy would be applauding too, as she had that camera
but I was
going.
holding the camera, yes.
She,
No, I have a question for James.
Yo.
When we first saw Madora, we saw Madora as a 3-piece, and then you went to a 4-piece, and now you're down to a 2-piece. So you've done quite a bit of changing.
Yeah.
How have those transitions been for you?
For the most part, positive. It's always an internal struggle and can be a bit of a downer when people come and, people go. But for the most part, it's been really good. I think we've grown together, especially me and her have, just us together with other elements removed. We've been able to focus more on, I think, where we want the band to go. So I guess some things in hindsight are a blessing in disguise.
Well, how does that fit in with your songwriting? Have you changed your songwriting to adapt to the shifting size of Madora?
Definitely, I think. It still sounds like Madora, but like I said, you might view it as, only 2 people in a band. You're like, we lost our bass player and our lead guitarist, but now that poses a challenge as to how do we sound like a full band with just 2 people, and that definitely translates into the songwriting, because with just 2 people we have to make up for the lack of other things that are now missing. But
well, Jack White and his sister did a fantastic job of it too.
I thought that was his ex-wife.
I think it's his sister.
It's his sister.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, the White Stripes. Yeah, they did a.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
job.
that, man. He got that sound.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot more.
Yeah.
I started researching a lot. One of my favorite bands of all time is a 2-piece band, Local H, and they're humongous influence on me. And but you'd be surprised how many 2-piece bands are out there, and just the things that they do on stage just to fill out sound and
the Maness Brothers from St. Louis
that are going to come to see
later
him. They're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Maness Brothers.
And there's just two of them, drummer, guitar player.
And you can hear them later on because we've got one of their songs to play, and they're got a pretty full sound too.
Cool.
Oh, you can do it. I believe you guys can do it.
Let's get into the next song. What do you say?
All right.
Well, do you want to mention that tonight is the kickoff of your CD release party?
We cut a demo a while back with Jason Adams, producer. You guys know Jason.
Sure.
We know Jason.
Everybody knows Jason.
Yeah.
We saw Jason just the other day at Merle's Music. He got his ears lowered.
Yeah. Did he? How much?
Quite a bit.
Really? Yeah.
They're fully visible now.
Have you seen Brent's new hair? For many colors?
You mean
sure.
lack? We were at Shay's.
Yeah.
We were at Shay's birthday bash.
Yeah.
And yes, Brent can still sling what little hair he's got left. He still
he
slings
left
it.
a little extra in the front so he could just get it down in his face, you know. But the back is like marine cut, you know.
Yeah, it was different, but
they're still many color deaths.
Yes,
so.
they are. Yep.
But tonight is the kickoff of your CD release party.
Yeah, our CD release. We recorded with Jason Adams back when we were still a 4-piece. So I do want to give a shout out to Dustin and Paul because the tracks you'll play later, you will hear Paul Ace Wheeler on bass and Dustin on lead. So, you know, we had a great time while they were in the band, but, you know, life takes people in different directions sometimes.
It always
does.
Go
with the flow.
Yep.
So, you know, that's where we're at now. And like I said, we're trying to just put the negatives out of our mind and accentuate the positives. And, you know, it's working out really well so far. So, but I even forgot what we called. I think the demo's called, oh gosh, what is it called? It's up in the very top corner. Yeah, there we go.
Is it the little bitty print that Nick was talking about earlier that he couldn't read?
Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah, Last One for the Showman is what it's called. So,
well, that's a pretty neat name.
And they're available for free download, or you can come buy a copy if you want. So
I want to know who did the artwork that's on the front.
Those are just pictures that I took and stuff. So that would be me.
And then played with in software.
Yeah. Just tweaked them a little bit, but
you and your dolls, James.
Yeah, I know. There's a clown on the back of it. It's dolls and clowns.
They're
scary.
My
goodness.
Yeah, so.
They're scary.
Yep.
Hey, this is Madora in the Basement with Nick and Bootsy, and this is a tune that James wrote called Blister. Check this out.
Straight from the ceiling, why can't I?
All right. Madora right here in the basement. That's James on the guitar and vocals and Erin over here on the snare drum. Or trap set, I don't know. We could get you something to bang on, for the cymbal or something like that. Good stuff. That was another new song called Blister. Now, tell us, why did you name it that?
That's just the first thing that popped in my head.
We found out that's the way a lot of people name their songs.
Yeah.
It's just the first thing that pops into their head.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago we had Tyler Ammerman, John Ammerman's little brother, on the show, and we actually improvised and made up a song right on the air. And Bootsy asked him, "What do you want to name that song, Tyler?" He says, "Oh, let's just name it Totem Pole." That was from out of the blue.
That's awesome.
All right, tell us a little bit about more about your demo that you just came out with.
Well, like I said, we did it with Jason Adams. We knocked out 3 songs in one day. It was really a pretty quick.
It's a cool process.
Just boom, bam. Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun. He was a lot of fun to work with. This is like kind of the last batch of songs, new songs that we wrote as a 4-piece. And, with all the transitioning going on in the band, it just kind of sat dormant for a while. We didn't really know what to do with it, but we just said, going to release it, want to get them out there to people. So, the kind of more upbeat songs, except for the one, it's a little bit of a slower, bluesier song, so we're glad it's a nice little snapshot into, a period of the band that's, we've had to move on from, but, we're glad we got it and happy with the way it turned out,
Well, if our listeners want to pick up a copy, they can come by K-Kids station right now and pick one up, can't
Come on
they?
by. We got T-shirts, we got brand new T-shirts and CDs, so
And if you
you're
come
listening,
come on down now, I bet you could get them autographed, couldn't you?
if you want. That might lower the value. But
oh, come now. Autograph's the cool part. So how is it, I mean, I know it's really different, but I want to ask each of you your own perspective of this. How is it different performing as a two-piece as opposed to a bigger band? The full band. Erin, I'm going to ask you first.
Well, I'm crazy on the drums as it is. But as a four-piece, I kind of just get lost in the music. As a two-piece, I think we're learning to adapt off each other. Like, me and him have always kind of adapted off each other during our shows, but as a two-piece, he used the stage a lot. I mean, we were laughing at each other and playing. It was fun. And it just gave me more energy, and this last show was awesome. I'm so proud of us. And this writing process has been great, improvising and writing together. It's lyrics and everything. It's been awesome. So, I don't know. It's a good turn, I would have to say. It's different not seeing three dudes in front of me.
Well, you don't have anybody to hide behind.
Not anymore. And that's kind of nice, because I'm always back there, but people see my hair flying everywhere, and they're like, that's Chick Drummer. Cool.
I've got some really good Erin hair flying pictures.
I love those pictures. I do. And they're awesome. But it's so nice, because I actually sat next to him on the stage, and he had some room to come in front of me and step up. And so he got some good together pictures like that. It was awesome.
That's how we... set up now, since there's like a lot of those two-piece bands. Instead of her being way back here, she's right, her drum set's right up front with me. We're side by side, so
that's cool. That is cool.
It's fun. I can see people.
So what was the question again?
The question is
sorry.
what's it like now performing
as
a two-piece?
Long story long. When I first got into playing music, with some buddies, we were just taught ourselves, and I started learning how to play guitar, and then got my buddy to come in and play bass, and I just said, just play the root note of whatever I play. So that's how he learned to play, was just to follow along. And we never had that that old standard of the bass player follows the drummer, a rhythm section. So any drummer that I've ever had, really, we've always worked off each other, rather than, the bass player and the drummer kind of more working as the rhythm section. So I've always wrote songs more rhythmically driven, and just playing off the drums, and the bass always just kind of followed along. So whenever the transition happened and we decided we were going to stay a two-piece, it was actually a lot more fun for me in a way, because that's the way I realized. I was bummed, for a while after this happened, the the lineup change and stuff. But I just realized to myself, it's like I've always wrote songs with my drummers. I've never, wrote a song and then the drummer and the bass player kind of do their thing, So with this, like you talked about, has it changed the way we write songs? Not really, because now we can accentuate on that more, and we really like that, So it's like it's me and her together rhythmically. So it's very rhythmically driven songs, and dynamically, we're one on stage instead of there being the lead singer, rhythm guitarist, then the rhythm section, then the lead guitar guy, over there doing his thing. So it's kind of more the sound I've always liked and always wanted to go for. So, like I said, a blessing in disguise.
So the two of you sing together too, or you haven't tackled that yet?
We're working on it. Yeah, we're gonna work on it.
There's a few songs I have ideas for. I like singing, and I've sang with him before.
It seems to me it'd be hard to sing and play the drums at the same time, because I know I cannot sing and play the bass at the same time. It's like impossible.
Playing drums, it's kind of hard. But me and him goof around in the car and sing, and we're like, we should try doing this sometime. So it just we haven't done it yet. But
I didn't want to say nothing to him at the show, but on that kind of note, Preston was telling me about how they were trying in earnest to get Shay to get a headset.
She did too.
Yeah, and she fought him. Apparently, she fought him for a long time. Like, I don't want a headset on, but it's like when we just played with them Friday, she had it on. And
it was cool.
That would be a lot easier than. And they said it's been really good for her too, just to be able to sing rather than lean back and do this number. So
I thought about that. It'll be fun. We have some ideas.
But yeah, so.
Stuff.
Work in progress.
Yeah. It is.
That's good.
Been talked about.
Well, let's get into some of these tunes on the new demo and let everybody listen to it, and then run down here to the station and buy one from you.
Yeah, come on down.
The first song is called "Poor You." Do we want to just play them in together, or you want to stop between each song, Bootsy?
Why are you asking me?
Well, I don't know.
Why don't you ask James and Erin how they'd like to do it?
What do you guys want to do? You just want to shoot them off, and then we'll talk about them later?
Sure.
That sounds good. The first song is called "Poor You." The second one is called "Colorado." And the third one is called "The Landing." So this is some good stuff from Madora. Sit back, relax, and turn them speakers up.
When you lead me on my knees, won't
Oh, right. That was Madora. It's always great to have James from Madora in the house, in the basement with Nick and Bootsy, along with Erin.
Thank
and,
you.
It's really
been
been
a
cool.
long time.
Yeah.
We've known you for a long time, James, and you hadn't cooked for us yet. What's up with that?
I did too. You don't remember when I brought in the
Yeah,
barbecue?
That's right, you did. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
That was your birthday, wasn't it? Because we brought you a CD and we brought you dinner.
Yep, and that was really good, too.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to do it again.
It is coming up close to Thanksgiving here pretty soon, you know. Well, we got Halloween first, so we got to do Halloween. It's going to be a big time.
What are you guys going to do for Halloween? You got any special Halloween gig to do or anything?
We do, actually.
Where
if
you
want me
going?
to give you the rundown.
Sure. Give us some rundown on your gigs you got coming up.
October 10th at Mojo's in Columbia, we're playing with a band from St. Joseph, Missouri called Rad Key. And they're actually on tour with Rise Against. And a band from the college called Ray Wild. October 18th, we're doing the, I hate to say it like this, but I guess the Going Out of Business show for Fat Cats. I'll be there doing an acoustic set. So I don't know if you guys have heard of that yet, but I think he's going to have a lot of people there. So
we heard something about that, yeah.
Was I not supposed to say anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Oops. We saw Josh, several times.
This morning.
Yeah, we saw him this morning. We saw him at somewhere else this morning. I don't think he'd been to bed yet.
Yeah. Then October 31st, we are playing at Hoxton's in Jeff City.
Are you going to dress up?
Which is a new place. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have. I don't know. With that show, we're actually Madora's original drummer is going to fill in because Erin can't make it. So it's not really advertised as Madora. It's just James Webb with special guest Matt Hensley.
Yeah.
So, but he's Madora's original drummer, and that's with 4 Skeevy Dudes, and that's at Hoxton's in Jeff City, and it should be a good time. That's a really cool place.
I think you should dress up. I've seen you dress up on stage before, James, so it's not like it's anything new for you. Yeah, just for no reason. Yeah. It's that Sam voice.
Well, I'm trying to imitate Stan. I hope Stan doesn't take that personally out there.
Oh, he will. He will.
And one other thing I can mention is, like we were talking about the mission earlier, I'm actually going to be, I'm booked there as a featured act every other Tuesday.
Really?
From here on out. So it'll be acoustic, and if Erin can make it, she's got a pretty demanding job. So on a Tuesday night, it's kind of hard for her to get out. So, but it'll be me, and then other people, it'll progress. Other people come in and do stuff. Sit in, play guitar, play bass, play drums. So
I could play bass.
Come on. Oh.
Bootsy can play bass.
You're going to take food out of her mouth now.
He's a much better bass player than me.
Oh, no. All right. Well, that sounds fantastic. It's been great having you guys on the show again.
Thank you guys for having us out again.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and check out their new CD. And the name of it again is...
Last One for the Showman.
All right.
That is little tiny writing there.
Yeah, it is. It's all right.
But the artwork is special.
No.
Yes,
thanks.
The artwork is, and I enjoy that.
Well, it's like the White Album didn't say anything even on it. At least we got a little bit of text. So.
All right. Well.
So who y'all gonna holler at before you go?
I
know you got people you want to holler at.
Well, Leslie's over there. We always got to say hi to Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
Thank her for driving.
Hey, Leslie.
Me down. Once again, just say thanks to Dustin and Paul for their contribution on the demo, and
absolutely.
Like I said, Jason for recording the demo for us, Jason Adams, and Jenny at the mission, and
and all your fans.
All the fans, yeah. Yes.
You do have them. Now, you do have them. Matt Hensley has already asked on Facebook.
Bootsy and I
are you streaming? Are you streaming?
Oh.
Just to remind everybody, no, we don't stream. That may change, hopefully, in the near future. But we do post the podcast from this entire show tomorrow on the website.
Awesome.
So it will be available.
All right, guys.
Well,
thanks
you
again.
very
Thank
much.
you very much, yes.
And this is just the starting of the show right now. Let me tell you what, that was fantastic.
Quite an auspicious start and a difficult act to follow.
No kidding. But right now, we're going to throw right into Bootsy's Band of the Week real fast here. And Bootsy's going to tell you all about it.
I'm up to New Mexico this week. I chose not to choose somebody from the vault this week because everything I picked out from Moon Jr. is from the vault. And besides, I think last week that's all I did was from the vault, wasn't it?
I think so. It was fantastic.
But I chose the New Mexico band Next to the Tracks. And they're not completely and totally Albuquerque, New Mexico. They're Texas too. But I just like them.
They make their way up here to Somewhere Else Bar and Grill quite often, at least twice a year.
Oh, yeah. And if you have not seen them, you need to make the effort. Because they are busy guys. I'm telling you, they're all over the United States. They're just traveling and playing all the time.
Constantly on tour. So, for the Bootsy's Band of the Week Next to the Tracks, she's picked a tune out called Skin and Steam. So, sit back, relax. This is Bootsy's Band of the Week Next to the Tracks. Whoa. That was
We're
next
talking
to the
about
track.
how much email none of us have answered.
What's email?
That's that thing where you click, you have mail.
Yeah. I forgot all about that.
Hey, I'm Andrew Stratman, by the way.
Andrew Stratman is in the basement with Nick and Bootsy right now.
And he brought a crowd with him.
Yes, he did.
A crowd.
What a crowd it is. How about a crowder? Because you've got Dylan in the house.
Dylan is here, and Ducky's here, too. Yeah, she's a little shy, so we'll try to get her up to a microphone here in a minute. So, Dylan, how in the heck have you been?
I have been doing pretty well lately, you know.
You can pull that microphone up to your mouth if you want to.
Can I do that?
Yes, you can do
Are we
that.
live? Are we live?
Yeah, we are.
Well, I tell you what, I'm always having a good time, especially when I find time on Sunday nights. Come over and stop by the Basement Tapes with Nick and Bootsy. And other than
we
that,
like it when you do that.
Oh, of course. I'm going to surprise you a little bit more lately. I'm getting a little bit comfortable down here. I mean, 2 weeks in a row, am I shooting for a record?
Now, I'm going to have to make a request, though. You're going to have to start bringing food, dude.
Oh, have you ever had the Crowder Burger?
No, I haven't.
Oh. Special order only, folks. If you want the Crowder Burger, just ask for it.
At Somewhere Else Bar and Grill in Doolittle, Missouri. What's the address?
195 Doolittle Road, Rolla, Missouri, 65401.
That's his promo voice.
That was pretty hard for me to learn. I did.
And we got to say hi to Steve, the president of St. Pat's Board.
Steve, are you listening? Oh, wait. Sorry, I can't hear you when I'm down here in the basement. But hope you're having a good night. I know you're listening, but you got to check out my buddy over here. His name's Andrew Stratman, and he's about to fire off with a new song that he just wrote about 11 days ago. This is a brand new song, folks, so get ready for it.
Andrew, do you want to add to that before we get into this?
I think Dylan's got it covered.
I think he does. This is a new song that he wrote. And what's the name of it, Andrew? Lonely Nights in Mississippi.
Lonely nights in Mississippi, and I'm wondering if you miss me. Have your feelings for me changed since I've been gone? 6 long months out on the highway, and I'm doing things my way, trying to find myself since I did you wrong. When I left home, you were broken from all the words I'd spoken, taking you for granted for too long. And I'm gonna go to bed alone, still living with regret since you're gone. Yes, you're gone. Yes, you're gone. Every night I sing your songs and the people sing along, connecting with the pain I caused myself. They can see the hurt in my eyes, knowing that it's real life. I ain't doing this for fame or for wealth. And I'm gonna go to bed alone, still living with regret since you're gone. Yes, you're gone. You're gone. If you'd come back, arms open, here's the true love hoping. Pray to God every day He'd bring you back to me. But with every passing day, when your thoughts come my way, I say thank you, baby, for letting me chase my dreams. Where you go, where you go, and I'm gonna go to bed alone, still living with regret since you're gone. Yes, you're gone. You're gone. And I'm gonna go to bed alone, still living with the guilt since you're gone. Hoping someday I'll move on with you gone. With you gone. Lonely nights in Mississippi, and I'm wondering if you miss me.
Right. Woo! Andrew Stratman right here in the basement with Nick and Bootsy. Brand new song that he just wrote called Nights in Mississippi. Very nice, Andrew.
Thank you, thank you.
And you're taking this on the road this week, aren't you?
We're heading out, me and I'm pleasure to announce that Jonathan Ammerman of Moon Jr. is going to join me on the road for the next couple months. So the foreseeable future, if you will. But we're leaving Tuesday morning, 9 a.m., going out to Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. We're going to be doing a 150-mile circle of Bay St. Louis, which is actually just 180 degrees because the Gulf of Mexico is right there. And after that, we're doing 2 weeks there, and we're heading down to, or we're heading up from there to Nashville for 3 weeks. So it's going to be a good trip.
All right. We can't wait to hear you. The report when you get back, you know.
I'm going to keep Paige pretty updated.
Yeah, you will.
All right.
See Hambo.
Andrew Stratman.
Oh, I just did a minor on me. What are you playing? Can I play?
It's happy birthday
you bet.
time.
Oh,
it's time to wish everybody a happy birthday. It's having a birthday this
key
week.
we doing it in G?
G? Yeah, we'll do
Hey,
it in
James
G.
Webb, move on up to a microphone.
James is a way better guitar player. I think he should do it.
Oh, no.
Speaking of which, we sang Happy Birthday today out of the old Somewhere Else Bar and Grill to my brother.
Well,
who
I'm
is
glad you have another
Ethan
birthday.
Crowder.
Ethan Crowder. Well, we're all from about 3 hours away, you know, old college kid Crowder over here, but he's celebrating a birthday somewhere driving a truck across the great United States. But he's going to listen to this, and he's going to hear this, so if you want to add Ethan Crowder to your list real quick.
Yes.
Well, you just mentioned it, and that's cool. That's good enough for us.
Had to sneak it in somewhere.
We're going to do it.
All right, and we also like to wish happy birthday to the following Mike Klaus. It's his birthday this week. Tully Bowen is having a birthday this week.
He's out in California.
He's
is
in Oregon.
Yeah,
Oregon,
actually
right.
up in Portland, Oregon. That's right.
Yep.
I heard
Yeah.
California. See how rumors travel?
I tell you.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and we got, let me think, Debbie Hutton's birthday is this week. Jerry Lynn is her birthday this week. William May from the William Mays radio
Rock and
show.
roll page.
Oh, my gosh. He's a wild man,
He's
too, let
newly
me tell you.
married.
Yes,
I wonder
he
how that's
is.
going for him.
It's going very well.
It
Poor
is.
guy.
You're just jealous, Andrew.
That's right.
It's Brenda Sloan Nash's birthday this week, and let me see, and it's Eli Rogers' birthday this week as well. So, and Boosie, you don't have any more to add to that. We don't have a big birthday list this week,
But there are a lot of people out there who are having a birthday. We just don't know it.
That's right. If it is your birthday this week, too, we want to wish you guys a happy birthday out there, too. And we're going to attempt to play Happy Birthday live here in the studio with Andrew Stratman is going to be over here on the guitar and vocals. We got Dylan on vocals. We got James from Madora on vocals, and I'm going to try to play guitar,
Sure you don't
too.
want to do this?
I'll sing.
Give him that. He'll do way better harmony than I will.
Get up there.
This is my first live performance, so get ready for it.
Here we go. You ready? It's to everyone, okay? Yeah.
Oh, to everyone.
Yes.
Hear that, Dylan? Everyone.
Everyone.
Happy birthday to everyone.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you.
Shit on. See what happens when you're
Can't
real?
take you nowhere, can we, Andrew?
Just cover it up. Just cover it up. I'm actually really pleased the way I sounded. You know, I got like a good
I'm really
happy
pleased.
birthday.
I'm really pleased with the way I sounded too, Dylan.
Oh, you think since you could...
I'm gonna
You
try-
have a guitar.
I'm
How
gonna
can
try
you...
to climb out of the basement. Can we make it up the stairs?
Yeah, of course, but I don't think I know the way.
Follow me.
I think I was a little off. I was getting lost in Stratman's eyes.
Oh, no.
Burn!
Well, Andrew and Dylan, thanks for coming in. Who you guys want to give a big shout out before we let you guys out of here?
I want to give a big shout out to my big brother. His name is Ethan Crowder. Like I said, it was his birthday today, and you did give a very good shout out. Oh, we're fist bumping right now. Me and old Nick, we're fist bumping. I want to fist bump Bootsy too, just because.
Hashtag fist bumping at the radio station.
He's never got a shout out before from radio. So shout out to my big brother named Ethan Crowder. He just turned 24. Andrew, who's your shout out?
I had to say bye to my mom today.
Oh,
Yeah.
That sucks.
I bet.
So I just want to tell my mom I love her because I really do.
Good man. Yep.
I'm a mama's boy. Hashtag mama's boy.
All right. Well, we got time to go into a couple more tunes before we get into that interview with the lead singer from Gypsy. So, Bootsy, what do you say we play Black Mountain Moan? A little tune called Jumper on the Line from out of Missoula, Montana. And then Richie Rich and the Chi-Town Blues Band from out of Chicago, Illinois is doing a great tune called Blues and Cash. So sit back, relax. You're in the basement with Nick and Bootsy. This is Black Mountain Moan doing Jumper on the Line.
Basement Tapes, you wouldn't have Bootsy and Hambone and everybody else right here in Salem, Rolla. What do you think of that, Nick? Get rowdy, drunk, and loud. Laugh and joke all night long. Forget about life for a while. I want lots of fame and fortune. It's always on my mind. Can't pay my bills today, cause I only make a dime. Banker, banker, can't you see? Can't you know another dollar to me? I'll pay it back just when I can. The blues and cash. I got the blues and cash.
This is Mini Steve with the St. Pat's Board.
And this is Dylan with Somewhere Else Bar and Grill. And you're listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy on the radio. Woo!
Camaraderie with strangers when you're drunk on gin. Talking underclass politics, bad deals and lesbian. Let's let it roll. Let's let it roll. Let's let it roll into that river once again. It's just a dirty old town. We got a heart set on that. It's the same old shit, so we just keep on lying. St. Louis ain't no heaven, St. Louis ain't no hell. We throw our money from bar to bar, fill our wishing well. Leaving the bars like natives we roam. We got 15 more miles until we make it home. Let's let it roll. 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 Let's let it roll into that, roll into that, roll into that, roll into that. Let's let it roll into that, roll into that, roll into
Yeah, that was the Maness Brothers from out of St. Louis, Missouri, doing Let It Roll Into the River one more time. Right before that, Richie Rich and the Chi-Town Blues Band doing Blues and Cash from out of Chicago, Illinois. And before that, out of Missoula, Montana, Black Mountain Moan doing Jumper on the Line. Man, that was some good stuff, Bootsy. This is the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy on the radio.
It is.
And I think we've got somebody very special on the line with us right now. James, are you with us?
I am with you, bud.
Hey, man, it is fantastic to have you on in the basement with Nick and Bootsy tonight. We were at the show Friday night at Wildwood Springs Lodge, and I'm sure Saturday night was just off the charts like Friday night was, wasn't it?
Yeah, the whole weekend was absolutely incredible. We enjoyed playing there. We had heard about the place, and we're honored to be there, and we were so glad you guys came. It was just a pleasure to have you there.
Well, we really appreciate it too. You guys were it was strictly off the charts the whole night. Started out with Burr and Shipley doing a little acoustic set, and then you guys came up there. I can never ever get enough of that Hammond B3 organ. Let me tell you what.
There you go. It lives after 44 years. It lives.
We
brought everything. We brought all the lights and all the PA we could put in there, so you guys got the full show, you know.
Well, it was a full show. There was no doubt about it. We enjoyed it. Every single note we'd enjoyed. Hey, I got a question to ask you real quick. I was doing a little research on you guys, and I saw that Willie Weeks was in the band at one time.
Yes, he played on our second album, and he's gone on and played with Winona Judd and Eric Clapton, and the list goes on and on.
Oh, the
Doobie Brothers, I think he played
yes,
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wonderful.
Yeah, great bass player there. But, the bass player that you have right now, Bob, he was, I tell you what, he didn't miss a beat either.
No, he's a wonderful bass player. He's been with me the whole time. He's awesome.
Yeah, and the rest of your band, too. You had Bill and Randy on guitar, Chico on the percussion, and Jerry on the drums.
Yeah.
My gosh, that was...
Our wonderful horn section, which we...
Your future wife.
Your future wife.
Yeah, my next wife.
Your next wife,
What I need, a
Elizabeth.
next wife.
That was
It's fun. We have a lot of fun with her. She's wonderful.
that is very cool. Yeah, it was like I say, we've been talking about it all day today. Still, just how much fun we had watching you guys up there on stage. It was like I was back in the '60s again. Man, it made me feel real good in the heart.
That is awesome. That place is just incredible. The food and the way you're treated there, and the whole thing was just a wonderful weekend. A very memorable weekend for us.
Well, James, I got a question for you. How come they call you the Owl?
Because I would never go to bed at night. I would stay up all night. We play guitars and keyboards, and we stayed up all night, so I never got any sleep. I was always up in the middle of the night, so I was the Owl.
Well, I've kind of been accused of doing that in certain jam sessions myself.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean then,
Yeah.
It starts happening about 12 o'clock, so.
That's right. Tell us a little bit about this documentary that you got coming up.
Well, a couple companies got together up here in Minneapolis, and they're doing a couple-hour documentary. It's going to take 1.5 to 2 years to do about Gypsy and the James Walsh Gypsy Band, starting when I was 15 years old. They're going to start there and take it from there. So we're really excited about that. The company that's filming it is called Red 23 Films. They've done over 80 documentaries. They're very successful. And apparently these documentaries are playing in smaller theaters all around the country and doing very well. So we're excited because it's going to put all of this in order for us for the first time, and so we can sit back and take a look at the whole thing. There's some very high points. There's a couple of very tragic low points. But, we're still driving and we're still doing it, so we're still living the dream.
Well, you started out really, moving from Minneapolis out to California, and then you became the Whiskey A Go-Go's, house band.
Yep.
Holy
Chicago,
cow.
Chicago left, and we were kind of staying with them for a while, and they told Elmer Valentine, you ought to give these guys a look, and we went and auditioned for them, and then we were there for a whole year. It was a fantastic year, and the best part about it was they'd feed us every day, so we got some food at 5 o'clock. So it was a wonderful experience. And then Metro Media and the record companies all got to see us there, too. So.
And then you ended up touring. You ended up touring with the Guess Who and Black Sabbath and Spirit, the Kinks, King Crimson, Steppenwolf.
Everybody, yeah.
And you got to meet Bill Graham.
Absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
We played at Fillmore East and West, and he was there for both. And, we played with the Guess Who for 2.5 years. We toured with them. And we went all over the world with them. That was an incredible experience, too.
Well, James, this is it is really a really honor to have you guys on the show, and I know you've been signed with other bands in the past, and here in the Basement Tapes, we like to specialize in featuring independent music and independent bands, and I guess you're an independent band now.
Yes, absolutely, and we're working on some new material, and it's just kind of a revolving door. We're going to start over again and do some new music and hopefully get something going.
Well, we've seen a lot of bands. As a matter of fact, the other band that we have in the basement tonight called Madora, they're like doing the change thing right now too, and so they know exactly what you're talking about. Life happens and band members change, but something always comes to the table that sparks new energy and sparks some life in the band. I know you were saying that about Jerry on the drums the other night.
Yes, absolutely. He would be considered one of the newbies that has sparked a new energy into the band, and he's doing a great job for us.
Well, I've picked out a couple of tunes to play for our listeners tonight by you guys. The first one is going to be, of course, the last song you did before your encore on Friday night called Dead and Gone, which is kind of one of your signature songs along with Gypsy Queen.
Yes.
And then later on in the show, we're going to play in some other tunes. And then I think we're going to end up the show with a tune that I used to spin back in 1980, 81, I think, when I was on the air with KMNR, the local student station, called Don't Get Mad, Get Even.
Get Even, you betcha. That's a good one. That's off of, I can't remember what album that's on. Anyway, I've got to excuse myself. I've been driving a 40-foot bus for 12 hours.
Oh, man, I can understand. You know, whenever I introduced myself the other night, I asked you, are you in the band? And you said, yeah, I'm the bus driver. I didn't realize you were serious.
I do it all. I drove all day. But I really appreciate you having me on, and it was an honor to have you guys there the other night. And please keep in contact with me, and if you need anything from me or the band, let me know. I'd be happy to help you out.
We will, Jerry, and please tell the rest of the guys in the band we love them, and we can't wait to see you guys come back around to our area.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, man. You have a good night.
Bye-bye.
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 All right, and this is Gypsy, the last song that they played at their gig before they did their encore the other night at Wildwood Springs Lodge. This is Dead and Gone. Check.
Mistakes I made. control. Leaving, I died there. Then you came into my life. Pick me up when I thought all was wrong. And now I'll keep you no matter what the cost.
That was Nick's picks for the week. That was Gypsy. And we just happened to have the great opportunity to speak with James Walsh, the lead singer and Hammond B3 keyboard player for Gypsy just earlier.
That makes me think of that show Friday night, and it was just so amazing. My jaw still drops over that.
That picture I posted on Facebook on the Basement Tape show of them, the lighting was just phenomenal.
Oh, it was great.
And
I haven't posted my video yet, but I will.
All of them were singing at one time. I mean, everybody in the front row in the band was harmonizing together. Those guys could really harmonize. It was just amazing.
Oh, it was a great show.
It was fun. Especially Brewer and Shipley, when they sang their new song about their, they did their classic One Toke Over the Line, Sweet Jesus. And then they wrote a new part to it, kind of like part 2, where they went out to Colorado and smoked their first legal joint. So
they wrote a song.
They wrote a song about it.
Smoked our first legal joint in Colorado.
Yeah.
They were really good, too.
Yeah, they said, so we went back. Oh, they were good. It was
the whole
just a fun
show from
time.
beginning to end was just really good.
It was. Let's get into some more music for you guys. We've got a few more left.
We want to talk a little bit with James before we go into some music, don't we?
Well, that's up to James.
He has something to tell everybody. He wants to remind everybody of what's going on here in the basement tonight.
Yeah, if you we got some brand new shirts and our brand new demo for sale. Is that what you wanted me to remind people of?
Absolutely.
If you're over here on Forum, right?
Yep,
Forum,
that's right.
Forum Drive.
Stop on by. We'll be here for a little bit longer. So.
Yeah, we don't have an outside light, but we've got lights on here in the studio.
But we've got a K-Kid van in the parking lot, don't we?
We do.
Okay.
So just stop
That's
on
us.
by. Yeah. All right. Well, we got left, Bootsy. We got a couple of tunes left for you guys out there. We hope you guys have had a fantastic Sunday. It was just beautiful out there today. Hope you guys got outside, had a chance to roam around outside a little bit today because it was awesome. It got a little chilly yesterday. Bootsy and I actually built a fire in the fireplace the other night.
Oh, yeah. We got lots of firewood.
Yeah, we had a big old white oak tree die in our backyard, and it was about the size of Rhode Island. So we cut that thing down and chopped it all up, and I got about 5 cords of wood out of that thing. Let me tell you, we're set for the winter time. I hope you guys are too.
I'm so happy fall's coming.
Oh yeah,
I kind of like it.
I'm a cold weather person.
Are you really?
I like to wear sweaters.
I'm in the shorts and t-shirts and flip-flops in the dead of winter.
Are you really?
Yes, I love.
Who was it? I think Ann at C&M, the bar manager at C&M.
Yep.
She loves it when it gets cold too, and she said if she had, she could go barefoot all year round, she would.
I love that cold weather.
Not me. I got my muck boots.
She hates it.
All right, let's get into this last set here. We got Dave and Dyno and the Roadkill Orchestra lined up for you guys. These guys are out of Jamestown, Missouri, and they're going to do a little tune called Rusty Nights and Broken Angels. After that, Eclecticus from out of Toronto, Canada, doing Nothing's Gonna Bring Me. And then another tune out of Toronto, Canada. The band is Leona's sister, and the tune is The Damage Done.
Well, you'll notice that this is my eclectic triple shot.
It is very
Eclecticus right in the middle.
Okay, yeah, and this first tune is going to be really different from the next two, that's for sure. So this is Dave and Dyno and the Roadkill Orchestra doing Rusty Nights and Broken Angels.
She was looking for a shiny white knight.
He was looking for an angel.
Riding around late with the radio low. She thought I had passed her by. Something about that was a rusty old knight.
And he found a broken angel.
Hey y'all, this is Ace Wheeler, and you're listening to the Basement Tapes with Nick Thomas and Bootsy Handbone.
When the world is passing you by, it feels so cold. You gotta get out, take a hold of things that you control. You strive for beautiful dreams, the less you will be imprisoned by your tendencies. As it happens, there's no way, nothing's gonna bring me down. I see myself unfold, won't be kicked around. Nothing's gonna bring me down. Oh, no. I was a victim of self-approach, blaming myself, you see. It was burning me out. Found a way to help those closest to me. But it was a lack of strength, subtle deficiencies holding me back. I felt alone, I know now I can be free. As it happens, there's no way, nothing's gonna bring me down. I see myself unfold, won't be kicked around. Nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna bring me down. No way. Nothing's gonna As it happens, there's no way, nothing's gonna bring me down. I see myself unfold, won't be kicked around. Nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna bring me down. No way.
I'm Brad.
I am Matt. And I'm Goody.
We are Riverside, and this is how we roll when we're in the basement with Nick and Bootsy on the Basement Tape Show.
That was Leona's sister doing The Damage Done. Before that, Eclecticus out of Toronto, Canada, doing Nothing's Gonna Bring Me. And then we started out with Dave and Dyno and the Roadkill Orchestra doing Rusty Nights and Broken Angels from Jamestown, Missouri. Good stuff. This is the Basement Tapes with Nick and Bootsy on the radio. This is the best little indie show the whole world has to offer.
My goodness, can you believe the people that we had going through here tonight?
We've had a bunch of
Oh,
them.
my gosh.
It was a lot of fun, though. We started out, of course, with James and Erin from out of Madora. And then Andrew Stratman stopped by the basement to say hello and sing a tune for us. And then,
with
of course,
Dylan Crowd.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Ducky.
And Ducky.
and we, of course, we want to say hi to those guys and thank them for coming in. Of course, say hello to James and thank him for coming in, too. And, of course, we did have on the line, on the telephone, the lead singer and a keyboard player for Gypsy. That was really cool, too. We want to remind everybody, be sure and tune in to KKID 92.9 every morning during the week for the morning show with Steve and Jesse and Stan.
And his latest joke.
Yeah, Stan's always got a good one to tell.
He's working on those jokes, I'm telling you.
I like it.
We love you, Stan.
And then, of course, every Saturday night, tune in to KKID for the My Living Room Chair show with Dusty. He has some of the best jam bands in the world on his show. I love listening to that show.
I'm going to tell you, we were out at Sacaleras Ford on Saturday for the blue collar final giveaway remote. There was a zillion people out there, and that was
amazing.
That was so cool. That whole giveaway was a gentleman from Salem who happens to be a veteran Marine was the winner. He was,
and when he came up there, Stan asked him if he was excited, and he could barely talk. He was so excited.
That's a heartwarming thing to see.
Yep. And then when Stan asked him if he'd been in the Marine Corps because he had the big UMSC jacket on or whatever it said.
USMC.
Yes, that's right.
That's right.
And of course he said, yes, I served. And Stan said, he said, thank you for your service. And man, the whole crowd just went wild. It was, they didn't win, but it was cool to see one of our veterans win.
Hey, we have to give a lot of credit to Steve and Jesse and Stan and Dusty too, because he's been behind the scenes with these remotes. I think Steve has about remoted himself absolutely to death this summer, getting out the word about the blue collar giveaway, and that was just it was an awesome end to a really cool contest. And Stan's little brains got the wheels a turning for what they're getting ready to do for Christmas too.
Yeah, it's going to be a $10,000 shopping spree. So
Woo-hoo!
Stay tuned for that. And of course, we got the brand new KKID Black Limo that they're going to start giving away night out on the town. So you don't want to miss that too. Be sure and stay tuned for that on the morning show.
Oh, yeah, they got all kinds of things coming down the pipe.
Yeah, we can't wait. Hey, we do have one more set for you guys right here. We're going to play another Gypsy tune. It was a tune that back in my very early DJ days, which was very short at that point, was when I was going to UMR up here, or I guess S&T now. And I was a DJ on KMNR, the student station up there, and we did play a Gypsy tune quite often during the week called Don't Get Mad, Get Even. So we're going to start out the next set with that, and then we're going to play a Nick Thomas song for you, one that I recorded in my home studio called One Way Ticket. And of course we always end up with Mr. Rick Gillard doing the Basement Tape Show song. Bootsy, what have you got before we get into it?
We need to do a couple of shout outs.
Of course we do.
We want to give a big shout out to Mr. Mike Lilly over at Somewhere Else Bar and Grill.
Woo-hoo!
And we want to give a shout out to Eric Swagel, who is the manager for Under Red, who is going to be back in the basement.
That'll be fun.
Coming up in November, they're going to be here, and they haven't been here since like 2011. And they're going strong. Just came out with a new CD that we played a cut or two off of that. So we're going to have Under Red here in the basement. And Mike and Eric both had some very nice things to say about the Basement Tapes. And thank you guys. It's support like what we get from our listeners. And them liking the music that keeps us going.
That's right. And, of course, we have to big shout out to Ann and all the gang down at C&M Billiards.
Ann rocks.
Okay. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight in the basement. This is Gypsy doing Don't Get Mad, Get Even.
Don't get mad. No, 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 no.
Show. Bootsy and Nick on the radio. Sunday nights is the place to be. Sitting in the basement with Nick and Bootsy. They're playing tunes from all the local bands. A lot of great music from here in America's heartland. Now Bootsy, she plays a left-hand bass. She plays it with a lot of finesse and grace. Nick, he plays a mean guitar. The blues sound good coming out of his amplifier. The tunes, the live interviews, spontaneous, awesome stuff. So on Sunday night, let's all do it right.